Do you think it's fair to be punished forever for something that happened before you even met someone? Because apparently in this town I'm branded as some heartless villain over something that honestly wasn't even that scandalous. At least, not in the way everyone keeps making it out to be. I'm Delaney. I'm 25. And lately, it feels like my whole world has turned against me. All because my ex-boyfriend couldn't handle the fact that I had a life before him. Everyone here acts like I burned down a church or something. For about a year I dated Jason. He's 26, works in some tech consulting firm I never really understood, but he made decent money and we had a pretty nice apartment downtown. People used to say we looked great together, like we were some kind of power couple in our circle. And honestly, we were good. Jason was respectful, didn't complain when I went out with my friends, and he generally seemed like the mature kind of guy. But here's where the scandal begins. My friend Caleb. Caleb's 27. He's hilarious, smart, and just one of those people who instantly gets me. We've been friends for over 3 years. From the very start of my relationship with Jason, I was upfront about Caleb. I don't believe in cutting off my friends just because I'm dating someone. That's not healthy. Caleb and I would grab drinks, go to concerts, watch dumb shows together, just normal friend stuff. Jason seemed fine with it at first. Or at least he pretended to be. But deep down I guess he was stewing about it all along. Here's the part one didn't mention right away. And maybe you'll judge me too, but I still don't think it was some earth-shattering secret. Before I met Jason, back when Caleb and I were both single, we had a casual thing. No romance, no big emotional confessions. It was just a friends with benefits situation, and we were both on the same page about it. It was never meant to turn into anything serious. And yes, we hooked up a few times even after I met Jason, but only before Jason and I became exclusive. Once we committed, Caleb and I stopped anything physical and went back to just being friends. I figured that was enough. It wasn't like I was cheating. I never thought I needed to spell out every detail of my past to Jason like it was some job interview. But apparently I miscalculated. Looking back, Jason would sometimes get this tight-lipped expression whenever I mentioned Caleb, like he was biting back something. And maybe I should have picked up on it. But honestly, I just thought he was being a little possessive sometimes. I didn't think it was serious. Everything blew up at this monthly game night our friend group holds. It's usually a chill evening, pizza, board games, and those question cards that spark random debates. This time we were at Ethan and Mallory's place. Someone pulled a card that asked, "Could you forgive a partner who cheated on you?" Jason immediately dove into a dramatic monologue about how he despises cheaters, how it's the ultimate betrayal, and how anyone who cheats will inevitably do it again. He really went in hard. My stomach twisted because, well, I had cheated in a past relationship, but I didn't think it was anyone's business. Jason didn't know about that part of my past yet. But what really unsettled me was the way Ethan and Mallory suddenly exchanged glances and got quiet. Like they knew. The energy shifted fast. Everyone went quiet, eyes darting between me and Jason. I tried to change the subject, but it was obvious that I had just walked into a social minefield. That night, back at our apartment, Jason was silent, brooding. And sure enough, the next day he came to me with that serious, "We need to talk" look. He asked if there was anything about my past I hadn't told him. I panicked a little, but I played it cool at first. He kept pushing. Eventually I admitted that yes, in one previous relationship I had cheated, something I regretted deeply and had grown from. It happened long before I even knew him. I expected him to appreciate my honesty. But Jason, he looked like I'd just confessed to some horrific crime. He grilled me for details: when, why, who. I tried to brush it off and explained it was complicated, that it had no bearing on our relationship. Then he asked the name. I didn't want to tell him. I knew it would make everything worse. But after relentless questioning, I told him the truth. It was Caleb. It was like I slapped him across the face. He completely lost it, raging about how I'd been deceiving him, how I'd been parading my ex-hookup partner around like nothing was wrong. I kept explaining that Caleb and I were strictly friends now and that nothing inappropriate had happened during our actual relationship. He didn't believe me. He kept repeating the same questions over and over. clearly convinced I'd been lying to him the whole time. The fight went on for hours. Jason pacing, accusing, twisting everything I said. Finally, he said he needed space to think. I foolishly thought that once he cooled down we could sort it out. But 2 days later he came back, cold and resolved. He ended it. He said he couldn't be in a relationship where I maintained close ties with someone I had that kind of history with. He claimed it wasn't about jealousy, just about boundaries and trust. He made it sound so calm and rational, like he was doing both of us a favor. I was stunned. I reminded him I had been loyal from day one. He didn't care. He said Caleb's presence in my life was too much for him to handle. It didn't end there. Jason told Ethan and Mallory everything. Soon everyone in our friend group knew. People were whispering, giving me judgmental looks, treating me like some villainous homewrecker. Even my own sister said, "Well, maybe you should have been upfront from the start." Seriously. My best friend Savannah said something similar too. Suddenly it felt like everyone was subtly taking Jason's side. And then it got worse. I started leaning more on Caleb because he was the only one not judging me, at first. But soon people were saying that proved Jason was right. They said I ran straight back to Caleb after the breakup, which just fed the gossip wildfire. To make matters worse, when I tried to explore something more serious with Caleb after everything, he completely shut me down. Said he valued the friendship too much, and wasn't ready for anything serious. Translation. He liked the attention and the drama, but not the commitment. And just like that I was left completely alone. The gossip grew nastier. People were dredging up old stories from my past, painting me as this manipulative problem girl who couldn't be trusted. My family distanced themselves too. My mom flat out told me she was tired of my relationship drama, and that maybe I needed to work on myself. At work the whispers followed me. Even my boss called me in to ask if my personal life was affecting my performance. Then came the final blow. I saw Jason and his new girlfriend at a local cafe. She looked sweet, innocent, the total opposite of me. Probably someone with no baggage whatsoever. 6 months after our breakup they got engaged. 6 months. It took Jason a year just to tell me he loved me. But with her, everything was easy and effortless apparently. Their engagement photos were everywhere. Smiling, glowing, blissfully happy. Meanwhile, I was left with nothing but gossip, ruined friendships, a shattered reputation, and the realization that Caleb had never cared about me beyond convenience. That night, I nearly texted Jason everything I really thought, but I deleted it. I knew it wouldn't matter. To everyone else, I'd already been cast as the villain. But here's the truth. I didn't cheat on Jason. I didn't lie to him during our relationship. I had a messy, complicated past like most people do. If Jason couldn't handle that, it wasn't because I'm some terrible person. It's because he couldn't deal with reality. And my so-called friends. If they were so quick to judge and abandon me, then they were never my friends to begin with. I'm done apologizing for things that weren't wrong. Maybe one day I'll leave this town for good. Somewhere fresh where nobody knows my name or my history. Until then I'm rebuilding myself on my own terms. They can keep their judgments. I don't need any of them.